Aye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to review comic books that came out on the week of August 9th, 2017. Still find myself far behind, but I'm doing my best to get caught up. Y'all have heard me spout this same shit before over and over and over and again and again and again until we're both dead. Oh. Sorry. I was having a Willem Dafoe moment. Alright. Gotta hope. Got a big stack of books. Big stack of books. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's enough. Okay. With a lot of indies. A lot of indie shit. And then of course you got the other two. The mouse and the wabbit. Alright. We're going to start off with Boom Studios for this stack. Boom! Boom! Why do I feel like Peanut? Boom! Alright, for Boom Studios, we're starting off with the WWE SummerSlam 2017 special one-shot. The dog decided to join us in here and he's going to snort his head off. But, yeah. I was on the fence about whether or not I should get this. But then I learned that, you know, the stories were going to focus mostly on SummerSlams of the past. And, you know, and then focus on the present. Okay, let's go ahead and get the stuff out of the way that I did like. What I did like about this issue is the story about the Macho King Randy Savage and the American Dream Dusty Rhodes. How can you go wrong with a story about Randy Savage and Dusty Rhodes? How can you go wrong with that? And then you got a story with one of my personal all-time favorite rivalries in all of wrestling. One of my personal favorites. Undertaker, Mankind. Awesome stuff. The stuff with that was the stuff I did like. Here's the stuff I didn't like, or I didn't really care. The New Day shit. I don't care. The stuff with the Bushwhackers. It was cute, but it didn't really do anything for me. And the thing I hated the most about this book was the price. You can give me Randy Savage and Dusty Rhodes. You can give me Undertaker and Mankind. You can give me all that stuff. But at the end of the day, was this worth $8 fucking? No. 2 stories for $8. Not good enough. For an $8 one-shot, you need to knock it out of the park. You need to hit me with everything you got. And I felt like it was wasn't a swing and a miss. More like a baseline drive, just not a home run. You know, it's not exactly a swing and a miss, but it's more like you swing, you hit it, but it was a baseline drive. Not a home run. But I'll be fair. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It was good, just not great. Not even the Macho Man and Dusty Rhodes could save it. Let's go on to Dynamite with Mighty Mouse number 3. Oh man, this series just continues to kick ass. This is really, really fun. What really bums me, though, is that this is a mini-series. It's not an ongoing. That sucks. I really wanted this to be an ongoing. But, oh well. It is what it is. And in this issue, Mighty Mouse and his human companion trying to find a way to get back to his mouse world. And they've tried everything they could think of, even just believing really hard. It's just they tried every cliche, they've tried every idea, nothing's going on. However, I won't give away the ending too much. All I will say, it's one of those kind of uh-oh kind of cliffhangers, and it's done pretty well. The cliffhanger that they gave us in here, honestly, I didn't really see that coming. But considering where we might be going with this, I'm hooked. It's good stuff. This is very, very funny stuff. Very fun issue. I give it a 3.5. Alright, let's stick with Dynamite with Red Sonja number 7. In here, Sonja and her 2 female companions make a little pit stop so they can get a hotel room and get some sleep. And the 2 friends snore so bad, Sonja just can't stand it, so she's like, screw this, I'm going to a bar. So she goes to a bar, and I love how she, just befriends this bartender who kind of has a Roseanne kind of looking vibe to her, but that's not a knock. It's like, just picture Roseanne with a shotgun. That's what you get. And it's like they share a few drinks, and she tells Sonja about her son's death, and she just decides, I will travel and I will avenge your son. Okay, then let's do that then. Make a little pit stop on our cross-country tour and avenge a barmaid's son. Why the hell not? This was fun. I love this stuff. This is a Red Sonja story that's definitely more fun than most Red Sonja stories are. And it's good. It's really good. I give it a 4. Alright. Going along to Back to the Future, number 22. And in here, I'm starting to kind of, sort of dread where this story is heading. For the love of God, are you seriously meaning to imply that Marty is partially responsible for his Uncle Joey's capture? Because the way this story is unfolding with Joey and with Biff and everything like that, it's kind of where I feel like this is going. And you could say it's like a cruel irony, but I don't know. It's like, because on the other hand, I would like to think, considering what Joey may or may not get arrested for, if Marty is involved, would Doc have any memories about it happening? And if this storyline is going where I think it's going, that kind of does some continuity damage to the first movie in terms of, Doc and Marty meeting, Doc and Marty forming a friendship, the whole DeLorean stuff. It kind of, I'm wondering if there's got to be a loophole around this somewhere, and I'm anxious to see it. I'm anxious to know if they're really going to have the balls to do some minor changes to the continuity. I'm really because, well, then again, there have been some minor changes. I guess you could argue that. I guess you can have like the alternate takes on stuff. So, you just got to look at it from however perspective you want to look at it. Do you want to see this as like maybe kind of sort of alternate happenings, or do you want to see this kind of change the continuity? Because sometimes continuity changes can damage or it can heal. And I'm hoping it doesn't end up damaging, if that's where you're going with this. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on how I truly feel about this issue and this particular storyline. You know, it is what it is. I give it a 3. Let's move on to Ghostbusters 101, number 5. Soon this series will end, and we'll get to the next Ghostbusters series, which will take us to the adventures of the all-female lineup, which I'm looking forward to. And I like the fact that they have truly cleared it up. The new Ghostbusters is not a reboot. They've cleared it up in this series. For those of you who haven't gotten on board with Ghostbusters 101, excuse me, what they have decided to do is say that the 2016 all-female lineup of the Ghostbusters is in actuality an alternate reality instead of a reboot or a reimagining or a remake or whatever the hell you want to call it. But they have officially canonized it as an alternate timeline, an alternate universe. And I like the fact that the original Ghostbusters and the new Ghostbusters are working together. You know, the new Ghostbusters have stuff that the originals wish they could have, and the originals have stuff that the new ones wish they could have. You know, it's kind of like a mutual respect of, hey, you got some nice stuff. Well, you got some nice stuff. Let's use it together. You know, I like the dynamics. I like the character interactions. I like the character development. Everything is there. Everything is there that you could want as a Ghostbusters fan. However, me, myself, I don't like the 2016 receptionist. Yeah, Chris Hemsworth. His character in the movie was fine. It was funny for what it was. Fine, whatever. But for some reason, I can't explain why I feel this way. Don't ask me to explain why, because I can't. I don't like his character in this comic book. It just comes off with the comedy that they're trying to pull off here feels kind of forced. And it's like, okay, we get it. Your fucking dog is named My Cat. We get it. Alright? It's not fucking funny anymore. But for me, one of the biggest stars of this particular series, primarily this issue, was Holtzman. Oh my god. This girl is fucking amazing, and she's entertaining as shit. I love this character. The rest of the cast, they get along just fine, but Holtzman, this particular issue, fucking stole the show, and I loved it. I had fun with it. Y'all can hate the 2016 Ghostbusters all you want. Doesn't make a damn to me. I like them. Then again, I'm an 80s brat. I love Ghostbusters. Always have loved Ghostbusters, and I always will love Ghostbusters. And if I'm fortunate enough, sometime in the future, if I have grandchildren, I'm going to tell them the magical tales of the heroes that were once known as the Ghostbusters. It's just the way it's going to be. Take it a full stream, folks. This was good. This was really good. I give it a 4. Not the best Ghostbusters comic in the world, but it was fun. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 57. Pinkie Pie in Discord's World. Enough said. 4.5 out of 5. Next. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Dimension X number 2. In here, I like the fact that they're swapping artists with each issue. At least that's what it looks like, because, my God, the first issue's interior art just sucked. The way everybody was drawn looked like whoever drew it just drew with a shaky hand. I hated it. Here, it's an improvement. Not a huge improvement, but an improvement. It's good. The Turtles come across this creature who was betrayed by Krang and is now depending on this other creature who has merged with him on top of his head, not only giving him sight, but also giving him what's the term here? Increased vigor, stuff like that, because they do get separated in this issue, and it weakens the guy. And it seems like they live better and they work better together rather than separate. I guess when you're with something or someone for so long, it's kind of hard to manage your life without it. I guess that was kind of, sort of, maybe the implied message they were going with here. But all in all, it was fine. 2 issues in, I'm kind of but yeah, about this. But thankfully, it's only a miniseries. I wanted to give this a try because it's tying in to the record-breaking 73rd issue of the regular Turtles series, and I'm really looking forward to reading that issue. Haven't read it yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, this issue was just okay. I mean, nothing really hit me. Nothing really hit me that made me just go, wow! I didn't really get that. It was well above an average read, but I just felt myself going, by the time I got finished with it. I'll be nice, since I'm a turtle geek, I'll give it a 3. Alright, we're ending the indie stack with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe, number 13. This is all about Kova, but this is the second part of Karai's path, and it takes place right where the last part left off. And Karai is being told the legend of this magical sword that was used several hundred years ago and stuff like that. And Karai says, "What do you want?" He goes, "What else do you think I would want? I want that sword." So she decides that that's exactly what she's going to go for. She's going to go look for this sword. And there are people who advise against it, but then again, she's not really with the Foot Clan anymore. She's pretty much on her own path, and, hence the title of the story, Karai's Path. But I'm very interested on where they go with this. Where could this take character, where can this take Karai's character in a long-term sense of direction? Will this change her character? Will it remain the same? What kind of changes or tweaks can be done to the character after this storyline is over with? I don't know. I'm hopeful about this in a long-term sense because, considering what drastic changes that Karai has gone through, you would think to yourself, maybe it's time for Karai herself to change, embrace something different, and I'm actually kind of hopeful that that's where they go. Because any schmuck can write a story in which Karai vows to resurrect the Shredder and just go back to square one, and we just keep stepping backward before we step forward. Anybody can write that. Hell, even Kevin Eastman can pull a story like that out of his ass. But the fact of the matter is, if this is going to lead to a drastic character trait change, I'm all for it. I want to see where it can go. I'm not saying it's going to be a success, because a character change could still bomb tremendously, but at least you could say you had the balls to try it. Just like IDW had the chance to kill off Donatello several months or a year ago or something like that, when Bebop and Rocksteady pulled a Jason Todd on his ass. They had a chance to do something ballsy and do something different, but instead they just took the safe way out with that. Hopefully they don't do a similar thing with Karai, because this storytelling is interesting. The second story with Koya and everything, that was good stuff too, but the main story with Karai is what's selling this book, and maybe I'm harping on it too much, but thought it was good for what it was. I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. Alright, let's move on to the DC stuff. Action Comics number 985. Can you believe we're only 15 issues away from Action Comics number 1000? Holy Christ. But anyway, this is part 1 of Only Human. Clark's doing his routine look-arounds and comes across some brainwashed people. And I can't believe I actually thought this. But when I first saw this whole idea of brainwashed people, why did I think of the Mad Hatter? I mean, that's some Batman shit. Why am I thinking of the Mad Hatter? And then he's talking about the Machinist, and I'm like, oh, duh, of course, the fucking Machinist. He's got all these people, got these computer chips all around and everything. Clark manages to get a hold of one of them and notices that it's LexCorp property. So, of course, Luthor! I mean, I'm not, that wasn't a joke. That's literally what Superman does. He just flies up to LexCorp Tower and just goes, Luthor! And the way Superman's face is drawn, it does look like that, folks. I'm not joking. But Lex, of course, is denying it, and upon further examination, he gets pissed off because somebody jacked his hardware. And I guess Clark believes him. Okay. But then we get to the holy shit cliffhanger at the end. This was good. Not really. I really can't complain about this issue. It was fun. I liked it for what it was. I give it a 4. All right, let's move on to Detective Comics number 962. All I'll say is, thank God we're finally getting away from the Azrael shit. When religion-based storylines in comic books tend to bug me because sometimes the message and the topic can feel really forced, because religion is one of the most touchy subjects in human culture. Not just in American, I mean worldwide human culture. Religious beliefs and differences in opinions on said beliefs can be very, very touchy, to the point where it can get dangerous. Literally. And when you have a storyline that has religious tones to it, involving a man dressed like a fucking bat, I would certainly understand where this can rub some people the wrong way and just make them go, I'm not really feeling this. I can understand where people could be feeling that way. Some topics shouldn't feel forced, especially when you're writing a comic book, because people can take a serious offense to what they're being presented. It's just how I feel. But as a story itself, fine. It was fine. But when you have a storyline focusing on literally my least favorite character of this team in this book, it's not gonna wow me, folks. If Azrael is one of your favorite characters, then I'm sure you love this book, and that's great. I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you love this book. But me personally, it's just too touchy of a subject, and it's a character I don't really care for, and it just kind of just drags it down. I give it a 3 at the very best. At least Azrael's costume is still badass. The Flash, 28. Barry with negative Speed Force energy. So I guess Barry has decided, instead of trying to find a way to tap back into the original Speed Force that my powers originated from, I'll just run around with this negative Speed Force energy, because why not? That really bothered me. Barry being the scientist, and Barry being always the kind of guy that always likes to figure things out, always likes to fix things and everything. He kind of obsesses about it sometimes. You would think he would obsess about getting all this negative Speed Force energy out of him and tapping back into the Speed Force that made him the hero he was. But just to see him just run around using this negative Speed Force energy kind of irked me a little bit, I could understand him using it. He's like, on the sense that, people are needing a hero, people are needing some help and everything, and he's just like, damn it, I don't have time right now to sit here and figure this out. Might as well just go ahead and use this and get what I need to get done so I can focus back. I get that. I get that. But I really didn't see any part in this issue or any part in the storyline since the Eobard Thawne shit where I see him trying to deduce or calculate or formulate any way possible to deal with all this negative energy that's literally inside him. And maybe I'm being too much of a geek and looking too much into something so small. A plot point that could be looked at as something small for other readers. It's just what that is. But it turns out this negative Speed Force energy, when he uses it, it actually causes damage when he runs past things instead of just creating a big whoosh. You know, and seeing him still so depressed and so down in the dumps about the stuff with Iris and everything. This storyline right now in this title has got a really depressing tone to it, and I'm hoping it doesn't stick for a while. A fine issue, that cliffhanger, it just I wasn't even really feeling the cliffhanger either. I know it's supposed to be a monumental, jaw-dropping moment. I guess that's what they were going for, but I just a 3 at the very best. I'll be nice. Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps, number 26. Enter Orion. Why is Orion here? Because he's in deep shit. That's why. Orion booms into space, and then look out, Omega Beam! Yeah. Guess where they're going here, folks. No, all joking aside, this issue was fine. Good to see Orion. Even though he looked, I'm just sensing that he's a bit of a bitch in this issue. But, you know, it's like, boom, here's Orion. Boom, Omega Beam. Yeah, it's like, hi, Orion. Oh, shit. Kind of what it was. They do save him. I'll go ahead and spoil that. They do save him, only to just have another, oh, shit, by the end of the book. It was good for what it was. I'll give it a 3.5. Harley Quinn, number 25. Celebrating 25 years of this psycho bitch. But, man, do we love her. And all I'm going to say is, yeah, that happened. I'm just saying. DC, we know it's canon in Bombshells, but God damn it, just go ahead and make it canon in the regular DC universe. What the hell you got to lose? But anyway, or maybe it is canon. They just want to just keep implying it. Who cares? It's fun. So Harley's having a surprise birthday party when it's not really her birthday, and somebody puts out a hit on her, and they bring in the Unconquerable 25. Gee, I wonder why they use that number. But yeah, this felt like a genuine issue of Harley Quinn, where she's at her best on the streets. Fucking amazing. This was a very, very fun read. And the second story with the Paul Dini storyline that followed it with Harley and the Joker, still really good. Yeah, and then it says to be continued in the new Harley Loves Joker series coming soon. Okay. Let's just continue to whore this character out as much as we can, so we'll just give her another title. Let's see, how many Harley titles have there been since the Rebirth? Since the Rebirth or the New 52 or what the fuck ever. You've had Harley Quinn, Harley's Little Black Book. You had Harley Quinn Power Girl. You had Harley and her gang of Harleys. And now you're going to have Harley vs. Joker. 5 fucking series! Wow. And that's not even counting all the holiday one-shots and, all that stuff. I mean, that's just the basic series that they've been doing. My God. No wonder people compare this girl to Deadpool. Because she's being whored out just as much as Deadpool is. But the issue itself was very fun. I still enjoyed it for what it was. I give it a fucking 4 out of 5. Great. Oh, man. Almost forgot about this series. Justice League Power Rangers number 5. Took them long enough to get this one out. This is the penultimate chapter. Pretty good. Pretty good. To, see... oh, God. The Justice League is in the Rangers world, and the government's looking at Wonder Woman saying, "Who the hell are you?" Apparently, in the Power Ranger universe, nobody's ever heard of Wonder Woman or Superman or Batman or anything like that. That was just funny to me. That made me giggle. But to see the Rangers work in old costumes or old amalgamations of costumes and everything, it was just weird. It was really weird. And then let's address the giant robot in the room. That cliffhanger. What the fuck was that? Oh my God. I want to tell you what it was, but I can't. I can't do it because this is, folks, this issue. Oh my God, this issue has a cliffhanger that you need to see to believe, because there is no way in hell they would ever be able to pull this off on the TV show and make it believable. For the love of fucking God. Oh, Christ. Oh. 3.5, moving on. Hold on a minute. Oh, shit. I swear to God, these comics fucking kill me. Okay. I gotta quit thinking about it. I gotta get that cliffhanger out of my head. Block it out. Block it out. Block it out. Oh. Well played, DC and Boom Studios. Well played. Oh. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Supergirl number 12. Okay. I'm good. Supergirl number 12. Ah, goddamn! I apologize. The more I can't get that image of that cliffhanger out of my head. It's just okay. Supergirl number 12. Let's talk about this. Okay. All right. In here, it takes place right. Yeah. Thank you. Now I got something else on my mind. But anyway, in this, we're starting off right where the last issue left off, with Cat Grant shooting Supergirl off the the Catco building. My mind's all frazzled. That fucking book. Okay, but Cat Grant fires this laser beam at Supergirl and it knocks her off the Catco building. But what this actually does was it amplified her powers. But it amplified her powers to a point where she really can't control them anymore. And oh my god, this is the worst time that this could actually happen to her. Because we're bringing in a gruesome fivesome of villains. And at the top of this list is Solomon Grundy. And let's just say Supergirl isn't the only character in this story that's getting a power boost. Oh boy. Fun issue. Nothing to get all excited about or any of that shit, but it was fine. I give it a 3.5. Okay. Let's end the DC stack with Titans number 14. Y'all, I swear, this title is giving me a fucking headache. So, you have a story where it's implied that one of the Titans will betray the group. This isn't the first time we've gone down this route. You have paranoia amongst the group, you have distrust and all that stuff. Anything that comes with a whole traitor reveal storyline. Okay. So, what's your big plan? Spoiler alert. It's Nightwing. Oh my god. I can easily see this going one of two directions. Either A, we're going to get the whole liar revealed cliche storyline, or B, we're going to get the misunderstanding cliche storyline. One of those two things is bound to happen here. And for the love of God, why do you think those scenarios are called cliches? Folks, I've been patient with this title. Don't get me wrong, it's had its good moments, but this title is not really doing anything for me anymore. It's good to see Wally West again. It's good to see Donna Troy. It's good to see, you know, Nightwing working with these people. You know, Arsenal, fuck him, I don't care. Omen, good character, kind of underrated at times. And don't forget, excuse me, don't forget Tempest, former Aqualad. It's good to see all these former Teen Titans and everything. It's good to see them, but my God, the writing is just, ugh. You know, it just, you know what, guys, I think I'm done with this. This title's not giving me anything anymore. And we're going to just, we've been getting sappy love stories that seem more plausible in a fucking soap opera, and we're getting tired, worn out cliche storylines coming, and it's just, and all the while you've had the Titans in numerous situations look like complete fucking morons. And how much more can I take? I'm done with this. I'm dropping this title. It's not doing anything for me anymore. I'm not even going to give that a score. Because I don't know what to think anymore. Let's move on to Marvel. All New Wolverine, number 23. Let me go ahead and say this first. Get it out of the way. Just get it off my chest and get it out of the way. Marvel. Why did you think it would be a good idea to make Drax the Destroyer a goddamn pacifist. Who the fuck up there thought that was a good idea? Fuck that. Now that I got that off my chest, let's talk about this issue, because Drax was in it as well as the rest of the Guardians. In here, shit's hitting the fan. You got Wolverine and you got Gabby, her little sister clone, everything. She gets captured by the Brood. So you got this whole rescue mission scenario coming, and then you see the real reason why they took her. I'm going to end it right there because I don't want to ruin it for you. Good stuff. This was good. Fuck Drax the Pacifist. I want Drax the Destroyer. But the rest of the stuff was good. It was good. I give it a 3.5. Again, fuck Drax the Pacifist. The Amazing Spider-Man number 31. Or, for those of you keeping true score at home, this is issue 749. The next issue will be 750. Or at least it should be, considering Marvel's about to fuck up the legacy numbering of this flagship title. Because we just got to include Superior Spider-Man as part of the chronological history of the Amazing Spider-Man. I still don't agree with that logic. Because I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you're going to go that route, if you're going to include the Superior Spider-Man series as part of the Amazing Spider-Man chronological numbering system, then you should go ahead and include the Spectacular Spider-Man, the Sensational Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. You should involve all of it. Yes, even Ultimate Spider-Man. Why the fuck not? If you're gonna use that logic and that reason to come up with the true legacy numbering for this title, but what do I know? I'm just a fan. Anyway, in here, another dramatic showdown between Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus. Gee, haven't seen that before. And just to give me a bigger migraine, Marvel just leaves it open for him to come back, and I bet you it won't even be like 2 or 3 months later. He'll just be right back again. It's just, and on top of that, Peter didn't even think until after he finds Otto's mask. It's like, oh, that's right, I never got to see his face. Because I was too stupid to realize I never tried to pull his fucking mask off during the fight. But Peter does make a humongous sacrifice in this issue. But then again, it's Peter Parker. He does shit like this. When the character is known for doing stuff like this, at the drop of a hat, then when he does big moments like this, it doesn't feel as impactful because we're used to seeing him make sacrifices. We're used to seeing him just throw shit away. Hell, he threw his fucking wife away. He threw his wife away. He threw his future away. So, why not throw away Parker Industries? Because we can. However, despite that, I am for it, and here's why. I'm for Peter throwing away Parker Industries because we can get back to basics. Normally, when you take character development steps backward, it usually sometimes irks me, but I will make an exception with Peter Parker because at least he can go back to being the character that he should be and not be Tony Stark light. Okay? The whole Parker Industries thing, the whole Dr. Peter Parker stuff, and him basically being a light version of Tony Stark, it wasn't working for me. You know, because remember, Spider-Man's supposed to be relatable to the average Joe, and since when does the average Joe make a billion-dollar multinational company?
When he's being controlled by a smart, intelligent mind like Dr. Octopus.
Point made. For those of you, for those of you who didn't hear it, Jennifer made a point. He's able to make a company when he's got his mind possessed by Otto Octavius. But then again, when does the average Joe get to experience that too? All joking aside, all kidding. What? When it's a comic book, exactly. Comic book logic. When it's fantasy, there you go. But all joking aside, I think it's fine that he's pretty much going to go back to basics. Hell, he lost his spider armor thingamabob suit, and he's now back to the classic threads. I'm cool with that, because this is what Spider-Man is supposed to be like. Yeah, and like I said, it's, you know, going back to basics. I don't always like it, but here, I'll accept it. However, this series is still a pile of shit. I swear to God, Marvel, you need to do something with this title. Get a new writer. Dan Slott has been on this title for nearly 10 fucking years. Don't you think it's time you got rid of him and gave a new writer a chance? You know, maybe bring back Christos Gage, Mark Guggenheim, or maybe even, I don't know, fucking Mark Waid. Oh my God. You give me Mark Waid on this, he might just be able to save it. I don't really even know what to grade this. I'd give it a 3 at the very best. Steve Rogers, Captain America number 25. Pretty much here is more unfolding of Steve's continuing climb into power. And we're starting to see more and more of Hydra come off on him. You know, it's like he's ditching the red, white, and blue. He's furthermore embracing the green and the yellow. It's just a whole big bunch of wow. More captures are made. There's a hilarious scene with a character named Barf. I swear to God, there is a character named Barf. And I'm not talking about John Candy and fucking Spaceballs. I'm talking about a character who can look at something and puke it out. Wow. I have no words. But then you got that big cliffhanger at the end with, you know who it is. I won't spoil it, even if you haven't read this yet. I'm sure if you just get on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you go, you probably already know who it is. But I'll be nice and I won't ruin it. A good issue. I give it a 3.5. Let's keep on going. Generations The Phoenix one-shot. Oh, yeah. Now, this was interesting. I was wondering, how is Marvel going to pull this off? Because last time I checked, older Jean is still dead. So I'm thinking, okay, how can this be done? So, something takes young Jean into, like, alternate timeline or a trip to the past, and she comes across her older self. Jean Grey, the Phoenix. And we're talking about, she comes across her older self when she was still in the green and yellow suit. This was before takes her to a time period before Dark Phoenix. Yeah, I guess that's what they implied here. But this was very fun. I was kind of wondering, is because when I saw the solicitations and the covers and everything, I was kind of worried. It's like, is this Marvel's way of just saying, you know what, every character we killed off, let's just bring them all back, starting with Jean. Thankfully, they didn't do that, because we already have one Jean Grey. We don't need two. We really don't. As awesome an idea as that sounds to some of you, we only need one Jean. We don't really need two. Don't really need two.
Definitely don't need to. No. I'm a good driver. I'm a good.
You are such a dork. But when they revealed who it was that got these two Jeans together, I was like, whoa, I haven't seen him in a while. Okay, not going to ruin it for you, but nice. This was a very fun issue. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say about it. I thought it was fun. I give it 4. Speak of the devil. Jean Grey number 5. Yeah, it's basically Jean getting some advice from Psylocke on how to better control her psychokinetic powers or telekinetic powers or what the fuck ever. Because when Jean came across the Odin Sun, she found out she was able to conjure a telekinetic weapon, and stuff like that, and she just don't remember how she did it. This is basically Psylocke training Jean in her own personal way on how to control that particular aspect of her powers. So what do? You literally throw her at the hand. Whew. Jean's getting better and better. This series so far is basically Jean being taught how to better use her powers. I'm all for that, because this is the original Jean, this is young Jean. It's back to square one, kind of, if you want to look at it at a technical term. But time to rebuild this character back up, since she can't go back to her own time. Let's just rebuild her and try to rebuild her in a different way than we did back in the old days. I guess you can get away with doing that stuff for newer fans. I get it, but this was good. I'll give it a 3.5. Let's end this pile with Secret Empire number 8. Finally, this storyline is getting somewhere. Finally, this story is getting good. After this storyline was just so depressing and so one-sided for so long. We're finally giving the heroes a break, in which things are turning more and more in their favor, yet they're still outgunned. And it's like New York gets restored, and it looks like the heroes may be finally getting a break. The story could finally be going somewhere, and then that cliffhanger. Yikes. Now, I have read issue 9, and oh boy, we'll get to that when we get to it. As I am recording this video right now, I have yet to read issue 10. But this is the first time, and 8 issues in, and I'm finally talking positive about the storyline. Oh my god damn! It took Marvel 8 tries to finally make me go, alright, we're getting somewhere. That's not good. This is a 10-issue storyline, apparently. And you couldn't get a honest-to-God, genuine, positive reaction out of me until issue 8. That's not good. And I can already see it now. I'm willing to bet by the time I get to issue 10, I'm going to be hearing all kinds of shit, all kinds of talk, reading all kinds of tweets, and reading all kinds of shit on social media, talking about this. This is probably going to be, in their opinion, one of the greatest stories Marvel has ever done, and I'll be ready to go. Bullshit! Civil War 2, so far, is better than this shit. Oh my god, I've already actually seen some of that stuff on Facebook. I've actually seen people saying that Secret Empire is their all-time favorite Marvel story. Oh my fucking god, how long have you been reading comic books? Seriously. This is your favorite? How much of a fucking noob are you? But anyway, 8 issues in, and I'm finally speaking positive, kinda, about this storyline, even though I'm still bitching. But anyway, it is what it is. I give it a 3.5. It was good, just not good. It wasn't that good. Let's not overrate this storyline so quickly, folks. Okay? If it's your all-time favorite, if you think it's one of the absolute greatest stories that Marvel has ever done, oh wow. Y'all sound worse than some of the wrestling marks out there. Shit. Y'all also must think that Sami Zayn should be a world champion. Fuck that shit. Alright. That's it for this review, everybody. I want to thank y'all for watching. More reviews will be coming. Please subscribe. Don't forget Blugoblin X. Don't forget Lenora 2003 for the Crazy Crab videos. Arkham Asylum Studio. Y'all know about the shout-outs in the description below. Go check them out. Thanks for watching, everybody. I am Groot. Hail Hydra. See y'all later. Y'all take care.